Hi, my name is Infinite Possibilities, and for this video I will teach you in depth on how to raise the infected zone at Goat's Junkyard. By in depth, I'm going to show you myself doing this infected zone 5 times, and I'm going to try my best to break down every single one of my moves. Much more specifically, my racing path, ways to recover, and general guidelines when it comes to this area. To be honest, I have not raced in more than 2 months. So when it came to learning this place, I really super duper struggled. I watched many tutorials on YouTube more than 10 times. I'm not even exaggerating. For some odd reason, while I was watching these videos, I seemed to be very distracted. At first, I was feeling discouraged because my first several attempts were miserable and not even 3-star runs. When I finished each video, I seemed to have totally forgotten what I saw and went all over the place. After many failed attempts, I really pushed myself to persevere. One of the main reasons why I decided to make this video is in preparation for the Time Squad update. Since this infected zone drops the Time Squad gear, I thought it would be a good idea to make a tutorial on how to get that set, as well as the Red Clockwork, also known as the analog set. So I'm going to go show you the gear. So obviously the one that I'm wearing right now is the Time Squad set, and I have many speculation videos that I previously uploaded regarding my predictions. So here's the description: Time Squad chest piece. Prepare for new adventures through the time stream with this sporty Time Squad tunic, Time Squad pants. Travel through time in style with these Time Squad pants, and Time Squad boots laced with the time travel safe coating. These boots won't let you down as a Time Squad agent. And for the Clockwork analog coat, forget the digital age and wind up in style with the Clockwork analog cloak. And Clockwork analog pants with red and purple accents. The Clockwork analog pants complete the look. And finally, we have the Clockwork analog boots, a perfect fit to complete the Clockwork analog look. So here is a look into what this outfit looks like, and I'm actually very happy this item exists. Many months ago, I made this thread called Recoloring Items, and my very first recolor was actually a recolor of the original Clockwork set, and I made it red. And fortunately, that creation that I did, it actually managed to get inside of the game. I'll have a photo placed here through editing. Now, anyways, let's go begin the infected zone. Fortunately, you don't really need any gumballs, so at least for now, I'm going to show you how to do this without any gumballs. As always, it is kind of recommended for any infected zone, but if you're kind of cheap and you want to save yourself some sorrows, it's not necessary. Alright, so for this one, the beginning part, it's kind of slow. For example, the pods kind of appear pretty late and could actually make you waste 4 seconds. And something that I forgot to go mention is how am I qualified for this infected zone. Now, I did this infected zone more than 20 times, and about like 5 of those attempts were actually failures, and 17 of those attempts were good enough for myself to obtain a crate. Now for this tutorial, it's not going to be an all-time score. What I'm trying to go primarily show is the basic general path on how to do this. Now for the first attempt, I'm going to try my best to be very slow, because I know how intimidating it is when it comes to learning a new infected zone path, and believe me, like I said at the beginning of this video, I really did struggle with this. Normally when it comes to myself learning a brand new infected zone, I would watch a video 5 times, and then I wouldn't have a general understanding of it. But for some reason, when it came to this one specifically, I was struggling all over. As you can see, the beginning part is relatively straightforward. You just go straight, and don't worry if you're not understanding this. I will show you this path 4 more times, so that's going to be okay. You don't So just go here. And for some reason, again, like when I was originally learning, I went all over the place, and I was honestly kind of confused on where I should go. So like when I saw that part right there, I thought that I should go further there, but no. What you want to do is stick on this road path and just keep going straight forward. And make sure that you get this pod, jump nano, rocket, and a reason why you want to bring out your jump nano is because if you were to do this, you actually lose several seconds of valuable time when you use these jump pads. And something that something to be concerned when it comes to this infected zone would have to be the jump pads, because a lot of them, if you were to go use them, it actually is a waste of time. So what you want to do is, for example, I'll show you right now. What you want to do, instead of going on the jump pad, what you want to do is use your Wilt Nano or use your Rocket Nano and avoid the jump pad altogether. And for this part right here, sometimes you can definitely skip that part. You don't have to wait for the platform. For this one right here, I was kind of struggling at the beginning. So you go here, make a left, you jump here, and then use this moving platform that I was just recently on, this one right here, and try and get the pod. Fortunately, the timing of the platform was inside of my favor. And as you can see, I'm not touching the jump pads. This is kind of like one of the key factors when it comes to this particular infected zone. So once you're done with this path, something that's somewhat interesting is that you have to go all the way back here, and then just go down, take out your jump nano, and I seem to have not been paying attention with my run nano, and that's actually good, because what I'm not trying to show you is a perfect run. What I do want to go show you is that anyone can do this infected zone, still significantly fail, and still get the item. At first, again, when it comes to learning a brand new infected zone, it's very intimidating, and it's very intimidating, and there's a lot of things that you have to know, because each infected zone has its own particularities. Yeah, for this part right here, you're just gonna have to go straight all the way to the top, and sometimes I kind of mess up here. Generally, what you want to do is not use your jump nano. And for this part right here, sometimes at this part, this is where like the platform has to be in your favor. Now you don't have to wait until it's at the very bottom. Just wait for it to be like halfway through, and then use your jump and rocket nano to go give you the final boost. Now once you're here, again, this looks kind of intimidating when I first learned this, because there's a lot of close pods together. You just follow what I did here. Then you go to the center, go to this orange car, go here, go back here, use your jump nano, skip that, and then pick the zip line. And I was watching Cherry Lime's video when it came to this infected zone path. Now what Cherry Lime did was, when he took the zip line, he went down here. However, I made my own path. So like once you get these pods right here, you don't just go all the way down. My preference is once you get the pods, you just go back to Magus's arm, and then at the very end, that's going to be the last pod that you collect. Alright, so okay, and then after that, you want to go all the way down here and collect this pod, go down here, jump nano, and you can try alternating between your run and jump nano. For some reason, I don't know why, I really hate that moment when you're pressing a button, right, and your nano is not popping up. Now for this part right here, this is also very important, and here's a quick nod to the potential Time Squad update with Larry 3000's remains there. So this is why you should avoid the jump pads, because again, you're inside of the air, and like worst case scenario is like you touch the jump pad, right? You touch the jump pad like right now, you're inside of the air and you don't even touch the pod. So again, what you want to do when it comes to these jump pads is to use like your jump or rocket nano and avoid them completely. Okay, so let's go down this path. Once you're done here, you make a sharp right, take out your jump nano, run nano here, and go to this jump pad. And if you had a gumball nano, you would directly land on that platform. Okay, jump nano here, rocket, and yeah. Now, for some reason, I like honestly, I swear that I felt like a moron because I was talking to my friends on my Discord server. The link is inside of the description, about how much I was struggling with this particular infected zone, and they were all telling me that this was actually a really easy infected zone. So just because it's you know, easy for you does not necessarily translate it's going to be easy for others. Now, okay, I seem to have missed a pod somewhere. There are 137 pods. I don't know where the last one is. Alright, let's go submit this. And because I was slowing down a lot, right, to try and explain, I got myself a 3-star crate, and that's entirely okay because even like if you have a 3-star crate, you still have the same odds as a 5-star crate. Okay, we got ourselves another one of these Clockwork analog. They're not, I just noticed they're not pronounced analog, they're pronounced analog. What about for the shirt? Or wait, what the heck? Analog? Or is this a typo or is this like a pun? Okay.
Very nice.
Now,
prepare for transport.
On the 5th run, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking, and I'm just going to try and focus here. Okay, so here's another gumball run without a gumball. And for this part, what you want to do is jump here and get this pod, jump nano, go up this platform. And sometimes, like, for some reason, I seem to miss that pod. That's entirely okay. And also this pod as well. You still have time. Again, like what most players are primarily interested in is like, can I get the item, right? Because those all-time scores, man, it's very difficult to go get yourself an all-time score. Okay, so just go here, and again, try your best to avoid these jump pads, except for that one that I just used, because it's going to boost you here. For this one, again, use this jump pad to transport yourself over here, and it seems to me it's slightly not enough. For this part right here, again, you might have to go wait. You might have to go wait, unfortunately, and then once you go there, whoops, I kind of made my mistake, that's okay. Once you go there, get the final pod as you go all the way down, and get this pod here, which will transport you here. Now, something that you may have noticed when it comes to myself doing this infected zone is that my path tends to somewhat vary. However, it doesn't vary too much. It varies, you know, like 90%. It varies. There's a variance of like 10%. As long as you can understand the basic outline, then that's going to be okay. So for this part, again, it's pretty straightforward. Don't be afraid that you're gonna fall. Take out your run nano, and just go with the flow. Make sure you don't forget these pods right here. Something that I also tend to forget is like I forget those pods. So make sure you turn left, And for this one right here, you don't need to take out your jump nano. So for example, you just take out your run nano, and then you can get the pod by doing a double jump. And a double jump is landing on the platform, pressing the space bar, and it allows you to go jump again. So again, for this part, it's pretty simple. Don't forget this pod on the left, and let's do this. And make sure you get this pod right here. And you know, honestly, I mentioned this in my other racing tutorials when it comes to learning how to race for the first time. I really love that moment where everything finally clicks. You don't have to constantly ask yourself, am I heading in the right direction? Did I miss any pods? That moment when you can just race for the sake of racing, and you're just doing the art of it. Okay, let's go here. Go forward. You can take this jump pad, which will boost you here, and then go back here, take out your rocket nano, and it looks like I failed, but if I was having my gumball nano, I would have not missed that one. Use the jump pad, which will carry you to that pod right there. And okay, and make sure to get this pod right here. Don't just go directly here, because you might miss that pod. Now for this part right here, make sure you take this jump pad, and for this one, make sure that you, oops, and I made a mistake right there. This is what I mean, because if you take the jump pad, you might waste several seconds of your time, especially when you're competing for the all-time leaderboard. But again, this is not a all-time tutorial. Anyways, so yeah, just take out your jump nano here. You don't have to walk all of this. You just take out your jump nano and possibly your rocket. Now, something that that I saw Cherry Lime do is that they can just ignore the zip line and just you know, do this. Now it just comes to preference. For myself, I like taking the zip line because it's a lot more, it's guaranteed that you're going to collect the pods. And you know, if you're grinding a particular infected zone trying to chase that score, there's that inconsistency that you're going to miss that. Now in the first attempt, I was telling you about the timing of this specific platform. Now you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to the very top. You can just jump and rocket. Again, for this part, it's somewhat confusing, but as all the pods are close together. Alright, rocket nano. And you know, speaking about rocket nano, make sure you go to the orange car here. Don't forget. Speaking about the rocket nano, when it comes to that, make sure you have a constant eye for it. Make sure you have a constant eye, because out of all of these nanos, the most important one would definitely have to be your rocket nano, because it's the one that allows you to you know, double jump. All right. Now, during the introduction of racing, something happened to before the at the time of this upload, and I should have not done that, just demonstrating you should avoid that particular one. Something they did with rocket is you can actually, instead of jumping and then rocket, what you can do now is you can just sit still and then use the rocket. And I remember reading on the forums, it kind of nerfs the ability for rocket. I forgot the reasons why, but honestly, I don't really see much of a difference. All right. Whoops. Okay.
You called? Hang on.
And if you're high enough, you can always jump, rocket, and you can avoid being on that platform. Something that I really like when it comes to using when it comes to learning an infected zone path, or when it comes to racing, is that you kind of have like a super stealth mode, and if you're literally right in front of a monster, they're not going to go attack you. Alright, as you can remember from the last one I was talking about. Alright, so that was a 4-star run. That was an improvement, and my best record was 630. Okay, and we're gonna do one more without Gumball. And okay. So this is a lot of fun. So like average racing time is generally 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes to 7.5 minutes. Okay. And yeah, let's go start the race again. This is the 3rd attempt. And on the 4th attempt, I'm going to show you with gumballs, and on the 5th attempt, I'm going to show you, but we're trying my best to not talk as much. So again, that really kind of sucks that the nanos are not loading, kind of off to a bad start, but yeah, this is a really bad start, but that's okay. Oops. Oh, okay, my my rocket nano is not loading. It's good to record these failures to show you that it's not required for yourself to do a perfect run. Okay. Alright. Go onto this jump pad. Make sure you collect that pod, and you know you're not on the jump pad. Okay. Oops. Okay, that platform disappeared. Okay. Go down, get this pod right here, and alright, let's go forward here, and once you go to this jump pad, you go all the way back, take out your rocket nano, and hopefully you might have another boost, and you're gonna land here. Let's go forward, jump nano, run, jump nano, rocket. And you know, a general advice when it comes to racing and you know, just improving your scores, if you're really struggling with something, or like let's say for example you've been racing at this infected zone and you used all of your boosts and potions, or much more importantly your potions, if you use up all of your potions, like what that kind of signals is that you should take a break, and take a break for 30 minutes to an hour. And what that does is that your subconscious mind will develop new strategies for yourself to understand this infected zone better. There's a lot of science relating to this, and there's a reason why there's that idiom called I will sleep on it, or I will think about it later, because interestingly enough, when it comes to neuroscience, when your brain is distracted and is not thinking about the topic, your subconscious mind, interestingly enough, works on it in the background. And a lot of history's greatest ideas came from total boredom, So I definitely do recommend, once you are out of your potions, you take a 30+ minute break and then come back at it with a renewed perspective. And unfortunately, as I said, with the 2nd attempt, you probably need a gumball for this, otherwise you're going to go miss it. Okay, once you're done, make sure you go down back here, and whoops. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
What's up? Watch me now.
You called?
and kind of double check if you missed any pods.
Game time.
Oops.
At the buzzer.
Plutonium
Go
Zoom.
candy. Can't catch me.
And yeah, try your best to avoid those jump pads. I'm still learning on how to do it.
Game time.
But it was a
called?
lot worse
Number
before.
2. Zoom.
So for the individuals that don't know who Time Squad is,
It's me.
so Time Squad was this Cartoon Network show in the early 2000s where there were 3 main characters. One was Larry 3000, which is like the robotic head that you saw earlier here at Goat's Junkyard.
Crazy air.
And his personality is very similar to C-3PO from Star Wars. And interestingly enough, he's voiced by Mark Hamill, or the actor who played Luke Skywalker. So what Larry does is he was a former political ambassador, and fortunately and unfortunately, due to, I believe, world peace, or like a one world government,
Zoom.
himself doing diplomacy became outdated.
Candy.
The other main character would have to be Buck Todd Russell, and if I can give a sort of personality comparison, he's very similar to Johnny Bravo. He's not very bright, but he is very muscular. Or another comparison would be Ed, the one with the green jacket, ED. Very strong, not very bright, but yeah. And the third main character would have to be Autosworth, and he's an orphan child that Larry 3000 and Buck Todd Russell carried along with them from the early 2000s. And interestingly enough, Otto, he was born in like the early 2000s. He was like 5 in the 2000s. So if he was like a real character, he would be in his early 20s. So Otto is the one who is the history genius of the team. So when they go travel back in time, Otto is the one who tells Larry and Buck, this is Albert Einstein. He's supposed to be a theoretical physicist, and he's not supposed to be a car salesman. So what Time Squad does is that they go back in time and make sure history is not corrupted, and that important historical figures are doing their job. So going back to the Albert Einstein example. So at the time of the uploading of this video, looks like I missed another pod. I don't know where I'm missing that pod from. That's unfortunate. So that's another 4-star run. Again, it's very difficult to go teach and do an infected zone at the same time. Now, we're going to, oh nice, okay, we have more of these, more clockwork outfits. So we're looking at ourselves at the 4th attempt. So for this one, we're going to go take out our gumballs, and this will definitely give us a noticeable advantage. Now, so start the race again, and again, the pods are kind of delayed. Now it appears after like 4 or 5 seconds. Unfortunately, I think they definitely need to go try and fix that. So what I was talking about when it comes to Time Squad is, yeah, they go back in time and they try and fix historical anomalies. Just kind of want to go plug in the video I made regarding what Time Squad does. I find this so very enjoyable. It's a decent show, and I would definitely recommend watching it. But enough about that. I'm here to go teach you how to do this infected zone race. Alright. Hopefully, it will be kind of embarrassing if I don't get myself a 5-star run.
It's me.
I don't know where I'm missing the other pod.
What's up? Watch me now.
Alright.
Time for
Oh.
turbo.
What's
Utonium
up?
Zoom.
Watch me now.
You called?
It's me. Zuma Zoom.
Go down here.
Catch you later. Go KND.
Go straight forward.
Fast feet.
Get this pod. Get this pod here. Running nano. Rocket nano. Running nano. Rocket nano. Running nano again.
Two.
Jump.
Zoom.
Collect this pod. Straight forward. Follow this platform.
Wilt
Jump nano.
Buzzer.
Jump nano.
You called?
Rocket.
Time for
It's
turbo.
me.
Jump nano. Whoops, didn't load in time. That's okay.
Go KND. Zuma Zoom.
So the first part is relatively straightforward. Now the difficult part would have to be around this moment. So make a left here, make sure you collect this pod.
Utonium Zoom.
It's me. Can't catch me.
What's up? Crazy
And yeah, go forward here. Like you know, it's a road construction. Jump nano.
I'm ready.
Avoid that jump pad.
For
Go
turbo.
KND.
Jump nano.
Professor Utonium.
Go
Okay.
KND. Zuma
I'm
Zoom.
ready.
Go
Utonium
Platform
KND.
here.
Zuma
And eventually, once you do this enough, you'll be able to instinctively. My nanos are not coming out, as you can see right there. Once you
Utonium.
do this infected zone enough times, you'll be able to instinctively predict when the platform is going to arrive and build confidence if it's good enough for yourself to jump without a jump or rocket nano.
Wilt at the
Fortunately, we have
buzzer.
the timing on our side for this
Professor
part.
Utonium.
Number 2. Can't catch
Okay.
me.
Game time.
You called?
Number 2.
And then once you got
can't
those
catch
pods,
me.
you go down here, you make a right. I suppose you can definitely take this jump pad, and it's going to.
I'm ready.
Go KND.
What's up? Crazy
You
air.
called?
Number
Oops.
2. Zuma Zoom.
My mistake there was that I should have probably
Go
went
KND.
directly to the jump pad. I probably had enough boost to get there.
Wilt
Okay.
at the buzzer.
I'm ready.
And as you can see, there's a definite quality
Game time.
when it
Crazy
comes
air.
to using gumballs.
KND. Fast feet.
To repeat myself, it's not necessary, but it makes things a lot more convenient.
Game time. At the buzzer.
It's me. Fast feet.
Game time. Watch me
Number
now.
2.
Once you're here, you make a sharp right with that jump pad, land here.
Fast feet.
You called?
Oh, I was about to not
Wilt,
make that
crazy
jump.
air.
Okay.
You called?
Professor Utonium.
Utonium Zoom.
Zuma Zoom. Catch you later.
I wonder where's that missing
Me.
pod?
Fast feet.
Follow this path again.
Watch me now.
I'm ready.
So the platform is not in our favor. That's okay.
Professor Utonium.
And yeah, definitely is not. Really bad timing.
Game time.
Okay, wait for it to go up.
You called? Hang on.
Okay.
KND.
And get this pod. Jump.
Professor Utonium.
Alright.
It's
Game
me.
time.
I'm ready. Hang on.
Number 2. Can't catch me.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Time for turbo.
Go KND. Can't catch me.
Orange car.
Game time. Watch me now.
Take the
Go
zip line.
KND. Catch you later.
Wilt, watch me now.
Time for
Number
Game
turbo.
time.
Jump
At the
nano
buzzer.
here.
Professor Utonium.
Past the orange car. Rocket nano so you can avoid that jump pad.
Go KND. Can't catch me.
Fall down. Collect this pod. Turn right. Fall down. And then follow this path right here. There are supposed to be 137
What's up?
racing
Watch me
pods.
now.
You called?
Good, I
Time
managed
for
to avoid that
turbo.
one right there.
Zoom.
I'm ready. Time
It's
for
me.
turbo.
Can't catch me.
Go straight right. Jump nano.
Go KND. Fast Fast feet.
What's up? At the buzzer.
Time for
Go
turbo.
KND. Fast feet.
Game time.
Whoops.
Number 2. Fast
Okay.
feet.
Game time. Crazy
Go
air.
KND.
Hopefully,
Can't catch
I did not
me.
miss any
Ta-ta.
pods.
Number 2. Fast feet.
Hang on.
Go KND.
Yep, Nano
At the
here.
buzzer.
Professor Utonium.
It's me. Can't catch me.
135.
Wilt. At
Where am
the
I missing that
buzzer.
pod, man?
Go KND.
I'm getting concerned. Because I always get the pod.
Hang on.
Oh, I see the pod. It's right there, man.
Number 2.
How did I miss that pod? You know what? Since I still have a bunch of extra time, I can go back there. You should not do. You should definitely not do this. Was I missing this pod this entire time?
It's me.
I'm
Lumazoo.
ready. Time for
Go
turbo.
KND.
Alright, because I always get all of the pods, so I'm like kind of wondering, I'm feeling kind of embarrassed, like how come in this recording I'm not getting it all. Okay, let's see. And we have ourselves.
Mission accomplished.
It's freezing. Power of editing. I didn't have to show you what happened. Oh, and cool, we got ourselves another Time Squad gear. I suppose for the final one, let's go wear this outfit and let's use gumballs. Now for this one, I'm not going to go talk. I believe this is my 5th attempt, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to turn off my mic right now. Wow. Wow. I'm really happy. I not only got all pods, I also beat my best record. Okay. Alright. That is what is inside. More of these, so got myself another Clockwork set. Let's go move these here. Wow, that's, yeah, for some reason it's at least to myself it's vastly prefers giving me the Red Clockwork set. Okay, so
Hello.
yeah,
Initiate warp.
I hope this video tutorial was helpful for you. If it was, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe, check out our Discord server and the Universal Item Guide. The link is inside of the description, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I was promised magic.